There are two motives for reading a book: one, that you enjoy it; the other, that you can boast about it. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. The fundamental cause of the trouble is that in the modern world the stupid are cocksure while the intelligent are full of doubt. I would never die for my beliefs because I might be wrong. A stupid man's report of what a clever man says can never be accurate, because he unconsciously translates what he hears into something he can understand. And if there were a God, I think it very unlikely that he would have such an uneasy vanity as to be offended by those who doubt his existence. In all affairs it's a healthy thing now and then to hang a question mark on the things you have long taken for granted. One of the symptoms of an approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. Fear is the main source of superstition, and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. The hardest thing to learn in life is which bridge to cross and which to burn. It's easy to fall in love. The hard part is finding someone to catch you. To teach how to live without certainty, and yet without being paralyzed by hesitation, is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, in our age, can still do for those who study it. It is the preoccupation with possessions, more than anything else, that prevents us from living freely and nobly. Those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of happy mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. Collective fear stimulates herd instinct, and tends to produce ferocity toward those who are not regarded as members of the herd. We know very little, and yet it is astonishing that we know so much, and still more astonishing that so little knowledge can give us so much power. No one gossips about other people's secret virtues. It has been said that man is a rational animal. All my life I have been searching for evidence which could support this. The secret of happiness is to face the fact that the world is horrible, horrible, horrible. One of the painful things about our time is that those who feel certainty are stupid, and those with any imagination and understanding are filled with doubt and indecision. Patriots always talk of dying for their country but never of killing for their country. So far as I can remember, there is not one word in the Gospels in praise of intelligence. Neither a man nor a crowd nor a nation can be trusted to act humanely or to think sanely under the influence of a great fear. Not to be absolutely certain is, I think, one of the essential things in rationality. I believe in using words, not fists. I believe in my outrage knowing people are living in boxes on the street. I believe in honesty. I believe in a good time. I believe in good food. I believe in sex. The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, and wiser people so full of doubts. The secret of happiness is this: let your interest be as wide as possible, and let your reactions to the things and persons who interest you be as far as possible friendly rather than hostile. Everything is vague to a degree you do not realize till you have tried to make it precise. The greatest challenge to any thinker is stating the problem in a way that will allow a solution. The good life is inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Anything you're good at contributes to happiness. To be without some of the things you want is an indispensable part of happiness. Science is what you know, philosophy is what you don't know. I think we ought always to entertain our opinions with some measure of doubt. I shouldn't wish people dogmatically to believe any philosophy, not even mine. What is wanted is not the will to believe, but the will to find out, which is the exact opposite. Remember your humanity, and forget the rest. Dogmatism is the greatest of mental obstacles to human happiness. Man is a credulous animal, and must believe something. In the absence of good grounds for belief, he will be satisfied with bad ones. To like many people spontaneously, and without effort is perhaps the greatest of all sources of personal happiness. Life is nothing but a competition, to be the criminal rather than the victim. Your writing is never as good as you hoped, but never as bad as you feared. There is no reason to suppose that the world had a beginning at all. The idea that things must have a beginning is really due to the poverty of our thoughts. A happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy can live. Conventional people are roused to fury by departure from convention, largely because they regard such departure as a criticism of themselves. Nothing is so exhausting as indecision, and nothing is so futile